Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Convo and Marlo. You know what I'm saying? Today I got a special guest with me here today. Who do I have here?
What's up, y'all? It's Adut Bulgak here.
Yes, ma'am. So before I dive into everything, how you feeling? What's going on?
I'm good. I mean, life is hectic right now. I'm just, trying to get ready, heading back overseas. So there's a lot going on, but I'm feeling good, excited. It's
Okay.
a good time.
You said life is hectic right now. What's been going on to make it so crazy?
There's a lot. I mean, this is my first year back going overseas playing ball. So in 2 years. So I haven't played in 2 years. So the mental part of things is like psyching myself out. And I also have a 1-year-old daughter. So
No way. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm navigating all of that. She's coming with me to Israel. So yeah, it's a lot of planning going on right now.
Wow. So you've been out of this whole thing for, you said 2 years?
Yeah.
So what have you been doing in the meantime?
Rehabbing. So I had the baby last March. I had her March 2021, and then
COVID was still going on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
COVID baby, and then I ended up going to play with my national team 3 months later, and then I tore my Achilles tendon. Literally like July 2nd.
Yeah.
And so throughout then, I ended up getting surgery July 16th, and then
you remember these days like crazy.
Oh man, it's a traumatizing time for an athlete to get injured, especially Achilles, knees, like anything lower body it's a scary time. So I remember everything vividly. So yeah, I started physiotherapy in like September, and then head down to Phoenix in December, and I've been training ever since then. Yeah, just getting ready.
How'd you manage to mess up your Achilles? Did you land on it funny? Did you hit it?
It was actually non-contact, but a lot had to do with the fact that I honestly think I rushed back from giving birth. Like 3 months is very short time.
Yeah.
So April, May, June, 3 months, and so my body wasn't ready. And I had like a whole lot of extra weight on me. Like I was 60 pounds over what I usually play.
Yeah.
My mind is like, let's go. I'm ready to hoop, ready to go.
Yeah.
But my body was like, no, you're not.
I mean, shit. At least your heart was in the right place. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you love something. Even when like physically you're not ready for it, mentally, like, shit, fuck it.
Literally did not even give a second thought about it. But, yeah.
Okay. So before we dive into all that, you know what I'm saying, I want to ask you, what's your background? Where are you from?
My background, I'm from South Sudan.
Okay.
And I was born in Kakuma, Kenya. But, yeah, both parents from South Sudan.
Okay. Do you speak the language?
Yes, I speak Dinka.
Oh, it's called Dinka?
Yeah, my tribe is Dinka, so I speak Dinka.
Okay. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Which one is Igbo? Is Igbo? Is that somewhere else?
That's in Nigeria.
Okay, my bad. So how does the language sound? So if I was to ask you, say, hi, how are you? How does that sound?
There's different dialects. There's like many tribes within the Dinka tribes, well, sub-tribes, I guess. But for us, I would say Chidaron. It's like, how are you doing?
Chidaron?
Chidaron. Yeah.
Oh, okay. With South Sudanese, can you see someone, like, let's say you're out and about, you're in public, you see someone that's from Sudan, you know what I'm saying? Can you tell if someone is from there?
100%.
Me
right
too.
Away. Yeah.
I could tell too. You know,
besides the height, I mean.
What are some of the features that you see and you're like, damn, this guy's from where I'm from?
Height is the first thing. Dinka tribe. South Sudanese, like Dinka and Nuer, like we're the tallest people in the world. Yeah, so you'll automatically see from that. We're actually very diverse looking type of people, but I don't know. There's just something, the complexion, like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just easy for me to tell my people. I don't know how to explain.
No, I know exactly what you mean. There's some people, like when I see Sudanese, some of the features to me that sticks out, the height. The height is number one, and like. Especially the men is the lankiness.
Yeah.
So they're like 6'1", skinny, and it's like bottom lip. You know what I'm saying? Obviously no diss, but it's just out there.
I'm
you know?
weak.
But you wanna know what's crazy? My girl that I'm with, when we first met, the reason why she started talking to me at first, or the reason why I started talking to her, is because I heard she was into dark-skinned guys. I'm like, okay, cool, that's a good start. You know what I'm saying? But before I started talking to her, I kind of kind of ask about her, what is she into, this and that. And apparently, she thought I was Sudanese.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it had me thinking, what about me looks Sudanese? It must be it got to be just the complexion. Because I know there's nothing else of me that looks, you know what I'm saying?
There's some short Sudanese out there. I ain't calling
you. You say I'm short? Yo.
compared to the heights we're used to, yeah, there's some medium height Sudanese out there. But no, I wouldn't have guessed you were Sudanese.
Where would you think I'm from?
I could probably give you Senegal.
Senegal?
Senegal actually gets confused for Sudanese. They do,
way.
Yeah. But yeah.
You want to know where?
No, I would give you Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Definitely
I get Nigeria. And then white people would just say the most outrageous thing, Mali. Some say
wow.
how do you say it?
Algeria.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, do you even know what they look like? People would just say whatever, but I'm Haitian.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. How long was you in South Sudan before you came out here?
I was born in Kenya, so I actually have not been back to South Sudan.
Or Kenya, my bad.
Yeah, in Kenya I was born in 92. We left in 99, so I was there for 6.5 years.
Yeah. And you came to Canada in 99. Been here ever since.
Yeah.
And how was that?
2011.
And then that's when you started doing all the traveling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What school did you go to? High school.
I went to O'Leary.
O'Leary.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Oh yeah.
And how was that?
It was great. It was top of the top for sports, I think.
Yeah.
Not biasly, but I honestly think O'Leary is the best school
One of the best schools.
Yeah, and then Shep. But it was really good. I mean, I was playing under, I say he's the best coach in Alberta, Ron Kootenay at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well-known Hall of Famer type of guy. So it was a really good experience for me basketball-wise.
Is he still there? Do you know
he
if he's still there?
retired when my year when I graduated, 2011, our class. He was like, "This is it." There's a lot of us in that 2011 class, and he just stuck it out. He was supposed to retire actually my grade 10 year, but he stuck it out for us, and he's gone. So
just wanted to stay a few more years.
Yeah.
Oh wow. O'Leary, man. When I first went to O'Leary, I went to JP. You know what I'm saying? When I went to O'Leary, it was under renovation for the whole year. Y'all didn't have a ceiling, so I just said, "Yo, this is the bummiest school I've ever been."
Gosh.
I'd walk in, I'd start sneezing like crazy. Come to find out, it was because of the the debris that kept falling down from the sky.
Wow.
But the athletes y'all have there is crazy, just like builds monsters.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So when you first started traveling out, what was that feeling like?
It was tough. I mean, I left when I was 18 years old, so just went.
Still just a kid.
Yeah, literally a kid. Didn't know anybody, anything. I literally left on faith and trust, and so, it was really tough. Like I wasn't around any Sudanese. Like I said, I wasn't around anybody I knew. Americans are cuckoo. So,
what do you mean by cuckoo?
Oh my God, they're just like, no offense to my friends that are gonna see this, they're just a bit aggressive, like too aggressive. Like, they say Canadians are some of the nicest people in the world. Yeah. And it's like Americans are like rah rah, and I'm just like, okay, so we gotta adjust to this. I felt like I was in survival mode so many times.
It was that bad?
Just for me, because at the time, like I was such a shy, quiet person. Like you would literally not hear 3 words out of me in a day. So it was a lot to take in for me. So
when you said they're cuckoo, do you mean more like they're just so upfront about whatever they have going on? If there's something up here, they'll say it, or they're just rude? You know what I'm saying?
It can be a mix of both. I mean, I keep myself away from the rude type of people. I mean, I've had a few bullying moments off of some dumb stuff, like making fun of my accent when I was first over there. Like,
the Canadian accent?
Yeah, well, you're not from here. You're trying to talk white, da-da-da. I'm like, I'm just speaking proper English. Carry on. But no, definitely they are way more outspoken. So... Yeah, that's the thing with Americans. It's crazy because they think everything they do is the right way. You know what I'm saying? Just the other day, my sister was here visiting. She's from Miami. She walked in with her shoes on. You know what I'm saying? My mom damn near smacked the hell out of her. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but when we take off our shoes at the door, it's like God returned, or it's just something
just unorthodox to them.
Yeah, it's so weird. That is one of the things I did notice. I don't know how it is in the Haitian culture, but even Sudanese, you walk into somebody's house with your shoes on. Oh my! I've had to like cuss people out before. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Even like in my friend's own house, they were like, "Why are you taking your shoes off?" I'm like, "Why are you not?"
Exactly.
So I don't know. Yeah,
nah, I don't understand how they work over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so far up to September, how's 2022 been for you? What's the year been like?
2022 has, I think it's been a year of growth for me. Like the pandemic was really tough on me. This was just being stuck here, having the injury, having the baby, all of that. It was just so out of my norm, you know. I usually spend probably 2 weeks max in Edmonton when I come home. This was, since 2011. That's what my life has been. Some years I wouldn't even make it home. And so now I'm in lockdown. I'm stuck in the house for a solid 2 years. It's like, oof, it was tough mentally for me. It was really hard. But this year has been amazing, I think, just for my growth as a person. Physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. I feel like I'm maturing in all aspects of life right now. And so, yeah, it's been great.
Is so during COVID leading up to now, you feel like there could have been any blessing in disguise in that moment? Because a lot of people are saying, yo, COVID slowed down things for me. There's a lot of things in life I wasn't able to do anymore because of COVID. For you, was it the same? Was it opposite?
Like I said, I think the biggest thing for me, I think COVID was a blessing because of the growth that I endured during that time. Like there was just me, I'm always on the go, and now I had to be in front of my people like 24/7, and there's just a lot of circumstances and situations that I was tested. And I felt like my maturity was tested a lot because, you know, I'm such a nonchalant person. I don't have to, I don't talk about stuff. I keep things bottled up. But now you're stuck with these people all the time. You have to learn how to express yourself. I think I just became a lot. Before I was a very motivated and driven person. But now I feel like everything has escalated. I just feel like I know myself better, what I need to be the best version of myself. So.
Okay. Yeah. When did you know that ball was for you? You know what I'm saying? When did you pick up that first basketball and be like, yo, I'm going to go all the way with this?
Honestly, I didn't know ball was for me until my second year professional. Yeah.
Oh, that long?
Yeah.
No way.
It was, basketball was my last sport. I actually had to start playing because I had injured my shoulder. I played volleyball for many years, I think 8 years up until my injury of dislocating my shoulder. And I just wasn't ready to give up sports. And so I just played basketball. When I first started, they used to make fun of me that I couldn't walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time. And there was just so much potential for me because I was just a raw player. I learned the game pretty much on my own. Like I learned how to shoot by myself, all this stuff. And so even to this day, like there's so much room for improvement for me. I don't think I've peaked yet. And so I became MVP of the league in Israel.
No way.
Yeah, my first year in Israel. And for me, that was like, oh, shoot. I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Because there was like a bunch of WNBA players that were in Israel, and I got cut from the WNBA. And I was like, no, I belong in the league. Like, even though the time might not be right, I've had a lot of visa issues.
Yeah.
But just being able to be the MVP of the league, and we didn't win the championship, was like, that's huge. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez, how is it like playing out in Israel? Because are any of the rules different? Do they play exactly the same? Because I heard in Japan the 3-point line is 4 points. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's true, but like these are just things that I hear about. Is there any difference over there? I assume it'd be the same in Israel.
It's the same as over here. Everybody in the world plays FIBA rules except for America. So they have their own rules over there. But yeah, it's everything is the same. 24-second shot clock, same narrow key, everything like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, when your first time playing overseas, what was that feeling like? You know what I'm saying? Nervous, excited. You know what I'm saying? Did you airball a layup out of nervousness? You know what I'm saying? What was going on?
It was tough. I got drafted to the Korean League my rookie year after WNBA season was over.
Yeah.
The Korean League, they only draft 12 players because they can only have 2 foreigners on each roster.
Oh, okay.
And
is there a specific reason to that, or is that just how they do it?
That's just their rules over there. Even China, Asia, like most of the countries, they do have a cap on how many foreigners they can have on the roster, except for like EuroLeague, there's an unlimited amount. So Korea was just very tough mentally. They're a very, very disciplined culture. And when that comes into sports, it's like, okay. It's like you don't make eye contact with the coach when they're yelling at you. It's
way.
So I'm sitting here, if I'm getting cussed out or anything, I'm like, okay, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And they're like getting furious with me because it's like, oh, this girl's disrespectful. Why is she looking me in my eyes?
Wow.
So, and then on top of it, we, like I said, only 2 foreigners. I barely talked to my teammates because none of them knew how to speak English.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How do you speak to them? How do you even speak to the coach?
We have a translator. So,
wow,
yeah.
They're 24/7.
Yeah, we had a translator.
So as he's yelling at you in Korean, is he yelling at you in English?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It is game time. It's game time translation. Yeah. At the end of the day, sports is sports, and it's a universal language. If you know how to play, you know how to play. But my stuff, it was like him trying to explain coaches' theories and like defensive tactics, all of that. So that's where the translation would come in. Other than that, it's like you understand to go screen all this stuff. But it was tough. Off the court was extremely tough because, like I said, my teammates didn't speak English. We only had one other girl she was Korean Asian or Korean American. Yeah. So she was from California. She spoke English, but we never interacted as a team. Like everybody was always off to their own things after. And then I was the only foreigner there for the first few weeks. Yeah. So I was literally just by myself. I'm talking about we're at breakfast. And
all by yourself.
Yeah, 7 a.m. breakfast. We all sit at the table. Everybody's talking, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
So nobody even tried to speak to you or anything?
Here and there, later on when they warmed up a little bit, then they would use the translator or they would use Jay, the American. They would use her to speak to me. Yeah. But other than that, it was just, it felt like it was a hassle to try to have conversation, you know? Yeah. It's like, why talk to someone who speaks English when I can speak to my teammates? But other than that, I think it was just the language barrier. But they were all nice whenever they ended up opening up to me. Yeah. So
what did you pick up from that? Like with them speaking the Korean language, did you learn anything? Like any language, any words in that language?
In the moment, now I couldn't tell you 3 words, but I had learned how to count because they always made us like repeat after the captain whenever we were counting or like our fighting words or whatnot. So like I pick up languages pretty fast if I'm around it. Yeah. And like it got to a point where I could like actually pick up some Korean words, and then when I left all of that in Korean. Yeah. So.
That's what I always think about because the gym that I go to, they always playing the women's game, and it always be like Japan versus this or Korea, and I'm always looking, there's always that one person that you could just tell isn't from there. And I always think, what's practice like? You know what I'm saying? How do they communicate to each other? There's got to be at least one other person that speaks that language on the team that can maybe help translate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy because, I don't know, they picked a translator who had never played basketball before. So she's like giving me literal translation of what the coach is saying rather than speaking in basketball terms. And I'm just like, okay, might as well just figure this out watching, like, because you're really not helping me.
It sucks because I feel like they take what they can find. They don't take that into consideration. Yo, let's get someone that at least knows the game so they could translate to her exactly what you said in basketball terms. Instead, they got someone that just knows English. And then they brought him or her over, and then the rest is on you.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a struggle.
It is. It was.
Wow. What's something that you took from all the places you've been into like your everyday lifestyle?
I think I learned. I mean, I was always a respectful person, but I really learned to respect other people. Like when I when I go play overseas, a lot of the Americans can tell you I spend a majority of my time with the locals. They always say the foreigners, like, no, we're the foreigners in their country. So I like to actually immerse myself in that country's culture at some point of time. Like if I'm in Israel, I like to learn about Israeli culture. When I played in Russia, I would hang out with the Russians, see what they like to do, and vice versa. And so I really enjoyed the culture aspect of it, just becoming more culturally aware of people's like standard of living, how they live, quality of life, all that stuff. Wow. What it means to be a Russian, what it means to be an Israeli. So yeah I think that's the biggest.
One thing I always think about, again, with people that go out to these type of countries, especially as a black person, do you get looked at? I assume you get looked at different. Like a lot of people double take, stop, take a picture. Because you got to remember, some of these people actually haven't seen a dark-skinned person maybe in their whole lifetime, you know. So what was that like?
It's funny, when I played for Team Canada in 2015, we had the World University Games were in South Korea actually, but we had played in Guangzhou in China, and you know they're a communist country, so you're gonna see what they want you to see. And I'm pretty sure where we were in mainland, they never saw a black person in their life. There was a time where I was literally sitting like on the steps. There was some sort of historical monument behind me. I'm sitting on the steps, like playing on my phone and whatnot, and then I look up and it's like I'm talking like 70 people with cameras in my face, and I'm just like, dang. And then they all start like wanting to take pictures with me, and they're posting it somewhere. I'm like, y'all don't have Facebook, y'all don't have Snapchat, y'all don't have Instagram. Where's my photo going, you know? So I'm like, they're probably selling me somewhere on the internet.
But I thought, can you really get mad at them? You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it's a communist place, so they see what the government wants them to see. So them doing that's kind of, it's weird, but it's like, shit. If I was, the best way I try to think of it is, okay, if I was a Chinese person, I was living this type of lifestyle forever, and I see a black person, I'm for sure taking a picture. Because if I tell the other guys, they wouldn't believe me. You know what I'm saying? Did you get upset at the moment when they was taking all those pictures, or did you pose?
And that's what not necessarily posed, but that's what I was saying. Like, really respect people's cultures and where you're at. Because I think for me, I already understood. It's like, there's no black people here. The only black people you're seeing, especially in that city we were in, is my teammates. Me and my teammates. And you got these tall ass Canadian girls just walking around amongst these little tiny Asians and no color. So I definitely understood that this is something they're not used to, you know, and it's more curiosity than it is rudeness. Like, you know, people staring is rude and all of that, but it was like, no, they've just never seen black people before.
Wow. Which place hit you the most? Like with that, was it China? It was China.
It was definitely
because I feel like China just, they don't care. However you feel, that's up to you. They still taking the picture.
100%, no questions asked, no permission. They're in your face.
So. Russia wasn't like that. Israel wasn't like that. It was China.
No. Israel is actually very westernized. Like they're 70% English speaking. It's literally like being on Miami Beach, because you're right there on the Mediterranean. Like, it's such a beautiful country, top to bottom. So, wow. Yeah. Man,
that's the place I gotta check out. It's just, I'm not a big fan of flying. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, flying used to be whatever to me until one day I was coming from Fort Lauderdale to Toronto, and as we're ascending, we hit this one air pocket. The turbulence, my head damn near hit the ceiling. Because, you know, when there's turbulence, in actuality, the plane is doing this. In my head, the plane was doing this. The plane was nosediving. So now it's like, whenever I'm on a plane, especially taking a long flight, every time I see the pilot, there was this one time I saw the pilot come out of the cockpit to go to the bathroom. As he's walking away, I grab his hand. I'm like, where are you going? The cockpit's that way. He's like, the plane's on autopilot. Don't worry. Like, there is no don't worry here. Go back. Like, and the thing, I wish I was joking. I'm actually serious. Like, I stopped the pilot. You know what I'm saying? But he explained to me the whole science behind autopilot. But it's just, That one turbulence, it just fucked up my whole mental.
Oh,
so I know those flights to Israel is long flights.
So long.
How long are they?
This one that I'm on is 24 hours.
Yo, yeah. I'm walking. There's no way.
Walking 24 hours.
I'm swimming.
Flight?
I'm swimming. Okay. Whatever it takes. There's no. I cannot be on the plane. So where were some of the layovers?
This one I have a layover in Toronto. Not even a long layover. I think it's just a transfer in Toronto, and then straight to Tel Aviv from there.
Straight there? Mm-hmm. No way.
Yeah, that's why I wish I lived in Toronto because it's always a direct flight.
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah, Toronto's such a clutch spot to be at.
Yeah.
Wow. Definitely. Have you ever worked a 9 to 5, or has it been straight to your the ball career?
I've never had a job in my life.
Never. No. Wow, you never written a resume? No. Never. I wish I could say the same thing.
Oh,
I'm out here slaving for the white man day in, day out.
I have a resume and it's pitiful.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like experience basketball.
That's it.
I mean, I have my education that I can put on there, but I don't have no type of work experience that belongs on a resume. Like, I did a few hours in the library when I was in JUCO, but even that I couldn't sit still. I was actually trying to open like a healthcare company in Ohio. And my friend who I was opening with at the time, who was like, he was showing me the ends of it. So I had to do pretty much a 9 to 5 that day.
Yeah. Hated it.
I woke up at 7, went for breakfast, got to work, started at 9.
Yeah.
I was tapped out by 11:15.
Oh, he's out. So what happened? Did you leave? Did you actually leave?
He literally saw. He's like, let's go to lunch. Let's go. So he took me to lunch.
Never came back.
And he took me to lunch. He's like, you're not built for this. He's like, you can't work. I was like, there's no way.
Wow.
I can't do it.
I mean, I guess some people, 9 to 5s just aren't for them. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, it's not for me too. But I guess some people are just putting a different lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And I mean, with your height and your talent, shit, fuck a 9 to 5. I can't imagine you behind a McDonald's counter, 6'2", want fries with that? No way.
No, go get a ball with that.
You know what I'm saying? So you've never done a 9 to 5?
No, I have not.
Wow.
I wish I had it in me, but
no, you don't. Chelsea, no, you don't. I wish I don't, because it's not even a 9 to 5. Construction work is the hardest thing to do. Like the mentality you need for construction is crazy. Not only do you have to be on your feet for so long, it's waking up, knowing when to go to bed to get those good amount of sleep. Because let's say you go to bed at midnight and you have a shift that starts at 5 a.m. Just call in, because if you go in, you're considered a hazard. Because let's say you're working with heights, you're operating a machine, and you're sleepy. If you fall asleep as you're working a machine and you tilt over, that's $1 million mistake you just made. Somebody's gonna have to pay for it. Death, all that shit. Nobody wants to be involved. So you're lucky you've never done a 9 to 5.
Yeah, keep that. I'm good with my 2 hours a day.
I wish I could say the same. You know what I'm saying? What's when you're going into a game mode, you know what I'm saying, right before you get into a game, what are some of your rituals? Do you listen to music? Is there a certain workout you do or certain stretches?
Yeah, I actually do a lift prior to, like a prehab type of lift, something light prior to the game. I do listen to music. I actually listen to R&B when I'm working.
R&B?
People think it's so crazy. Even during my workouts, I'll listen to slow jams.
Yeah.
I need to be calm, okay? And then after that, we have like the team meeting in the locker room. I say my prayer in there, and then I come out. After that, that's when I start listening to the heavy stuff. That's when it's like, okay, get your adrenaline up type thing.
Like drill, rap, like
everything of that. Anything rowdy, let's go. It's time to get into the game. But prior to that, I'm doing my whole routine, my shooting routine, my ball handling. So I need to be in the zone, and relaxed. And then when they start the anthem, I do my prayer there, my final prayer. Every single game, I got to pray before the game, give thanks for the game and for my health, for my teammates, always. All of it. And then that's it, tip off. I don't wear my jersey until it's time for introductions. So, yeah.
Wow. What's your jersey number? Do you have
number 2?
Number 2. Because I know a lot of players, that jersey number, like that specific number always means something to them. You know what I'm saying? What does 2 mean to you?
So I started off wearing 12. feel like every African wore 12. Like, when I look back at it, we all wore number 12.
Yeah.
But the significance for me, and it goes with number 2 as well, the significance for me was like for my brothers. I lost 2 of my older brothers,
man.
one when I was 15 and one when I was 17. And I always wore 2 to signify the both of them, you know. And so that's where that came from.
Oh man.
If I didn't get 12, I would always go to 2. If I didn't get 2, I would go to 10, which is my younger brother's jersey.
Yeah.
So I wear his jersey number. 10 isn't there, then we go to number 3.
Yeah.
I went to number 3 when I played for Chicago Sky. So that's like my fallback number now.
Okay. Are your parents ever able to come watch you play, like any family members? Because like you're not playing at Commonwealth or around in the city. You're in a different part of the world, different time zone and everything. Do they ever come out and see you, or do they watch you on a live screen?
Yeah, they watch more games live. My mom, she thinks I get nervous when she's around, which is true, because it's like growing up when I started playing volleyball, and my mom used to play volleyball. So when I started playing volleyball and basketball, she had came to the game one time and I was serving. I saw her and I served the ball like some wild thing.
So from that one time, she thinks you're always nervous.
Yeah, she thinks I'm nervous, and I'm just like, no, I'm just not used to it. I mean, yeah, in the moment I was nervous, but other than that, I would have loved if my mom could have been at every single game, but she had to work, you know, like we're immigrants. Like we didn't come here with everything handed to us, so parents are always working. My mom actually saw my first and only live basketball game senior night of college. Yeah. And I mean, that was a special time because it's like that was my last collegiate game, and she was able to come out for that and watch it live. So that's a really special time for me.
I know that was a nice feeling.
Yeah, I had a great game. We were playing UNC as well. I had a nice double, and Mama was watching. She's going crazy. So
what's the most points you dropped in a game? I better hear 40.
With 44
what was
rebounds.
The stats?
44 points, 44 rebounds at O'Leary. So,
would you 44 points and 40 rebounds?
44 rebounds.
44 rebounds. What the hell
St.
was
Albert.
The other team doing?
That's the crazy thing. St. Albert was actually a great team at the time. So,
how many points did the other team have? Like at the end of the game?
I don't even know.
Because for someone to have 44 rebounds, I feel like you have more rebounds than they had points total.
I have
damn
no
near.
idea. We can go back and look it up.
Sheesh.
That was the time. I did that twice in O'Leary.
Yeah.
Next time we played, I've had 42 and 42. I was like, what the heck? I was like,
sheesh. I'd give you MVP right then and there. No way.
But in my professional career, the most I scored, I think, was 38.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What was it like first telling your parents, like, because obviously with immigrant parents, they doctor, lawyer, you know how it goes. So when you came up to him and said, yo, I want ball to be life, basically, how did that conversation go? Were they skeptical? Were they fully behind you?
It was a roller coaster at first. I think I really took advantage of the basketball. I took it for granted at one point in high school, where I just literally, I didn't go to class for like a week straight. I don't know what I was thinking. Pretty sure it was after that 44-point game. Yeah. But I missed class a few times, and they threatened to kick me off the team. Sheesh. And my mom was like, and like she was like, no, you're not doing this. If you're not going to class, you're not playing. And so I got it together. Even at one point during volleyball season and basketball, she actually came and told my coach, was like, my daughter can't play sports. She needs to cook and clean and all this stuff. And she was literally going to pull me off the team just for traditional reasons.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, they really vouched for me and convinced her to let me stay. And then after that, I think she was happy with the fact that I was getting scholarships. So it's a double win now. And I'm just like, hey, I'm going to college. Like, this is what you want, right? I'm gonna get a career. I'm gonna have a degree. I'll be the first of my siblings to get that degree, that collegiate degree. You know. So you can't trip over that. And then she saw I was doing well in it, and so she just rocked with it after that.
Yeah. How did they manage to change your mind? How do you do that?
Who? Sorry.
Because you said your mom came in saying she got to cook and clean, and then the coaches or whoever it was managed to change her mind? How did they do that?
I have no idea what they said to that woman.
But whatever it said, it worked.
It worked, and she went along with it. I think they just let her know that there was potential there for me to go to college. I think they just showed her all the upsides of what could happen, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
6'2". Mm-hmm. How long have you been 6'2"? Like, is it as soon as you turned 18?
I don't think I've ever been asked how long have I been 6'2".
When did that hit?
The grade 10.
Grade 10.
Yeah, I had a growth spurt in grade 10. Yeah. I think I grew like 4 inches over the summer.
Sheesh.
And I don't know if it was from being around tall people or what. But
this shit just hit.
It just hit out of nowhere. I went from like, I think like 5'10", 5'11" to 6'2", and so since grade 10 I've been this height. And
I know for like since then you just been asked, how tall are you? How tall are you? No matter where you went. Does it get annoying? It gotta get annoying.
The asking me is fine. I don't like the, oh my God, you're tall. I'd be like,
damn, I know. It's me.
Shit, for real? No way. Like, am I a girl too? Like, come on.
That's the first thing, because when I saw you, literally, I'm coming down the little steps. I could see you, and there's like this 10-foot pole right in front of you. I'm like, yo, she's not 10 foot, but she's damn near close. You know what I'm saying? Looking from a distance. Mm-hmm. But as the 6'2" thing, that played a lot into ball. Obviously, I assumed you practiced, but did some of the coaches come up to you and say, yo, we need you on the team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's one thing. That's the main thing. You can't coach height. You always get an advantage when it comes to that. Even when I was playing volleyball, everything was a first-time sport for me, you know? Mm-hmm. So definitely that height it attracts coaches right away. And then it made them want to work with me because I was also very athletic, you know? So all of that, yeah.
Wow. What position do you play? Or like from high school to right now?
High school, I feel like we all played every position, 1 through 5. Yeah. But I was definitely more of a dominant 5 in high school. In college, I started playing stretch 4. And then in the WNBA, my coach tried to make me a 3-player. And so I've just been really working on my handles and all of that to continue that that versatility in my game, you know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sheesh. So in high school you started off as a center basically. Yeah. And then once you got into the actual league, I'm assuming you was the smallest one there or one of them?
I was literally 6'2", 158 pounds when I got drafted. I had point guards that weighed more than me.
Yeah.
So Bill Lambier, my coach at the time, he literally was like, I naturally went to go play the 4 and 5, and he's like, don't ever go in the paint on my team. We had Carolyn Swords, veteran, who was 6'7", and was just big girl. Like she's not fat, but she's a solid girl, and I was just like, whew.
She'd put you in a chokehold.
Oh yeah. After that, he's like, don't ever go in there again. I was like, I said, all right, just walked myself off. I was like, bet.
Oh man, with this whole with everything you got going on right now, what's the ultimate goal with this? You know what I'm saying? Where would you like to see yourself in later down the road?
With basketball or just
ball?
With ball, that's a great question. I feel like I've already done everything on the court, like from the college level up to the pro level. Like I've won a championship at every level, so I don't think there's more to achieve on that, on the on-court level, but I would really like to somehow give back to the game, whether that's helping kids, even now, like I have younger girls or even guys, whenever they're in their recruiting process to go to college, like just to be able to be a mentor and a guide for them, and because I didn't really have anybody to show me the ropes, like, you know. Even when I was becoming pro, just I would actually also like to be an agent. I'm thinking of going back and working in college sports, and so ultimately is to give back to the game for the kids, for that next generation to come.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely want to go back, work with my national team, the South Sudan national team, in some capacity.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's a lot. Ceiling is high for the different avenues
like
you could take in this sport.
Do you have a time span for that, or is it just one of those, it happens when it happens?
Yeah, I stopped making timelines because they never stick.
Go as planned. Life
always comes in between. Keep saying I'm gonna play till like I'm 34, until my body doesn't let me anymore.
Yeah.
I really want to, especially in these years, I really think it's important for me to spend time with my baby. And so this year I've been battling a lot. Like, am I going to retire next year? It's like, so I think it's coming up pretty soon, sooner than I think, but I'm still going to ride it out and enjoy every minute that I get to be on the court, you know?
Yeah. So. What's the baby's name?
Aaliyah. Aaliyah. Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get the name from? Left Eye?
No, her Sudanese name is Adut, which is like Holy Spirit, and Aliyah is like higher being. Like the translation for Aliyah, so they kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Who was your number one rival? You know what I'm saying? What was the team that you go up against? I mean, you don't seem like the type to talk shit. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But like, who's the one team that you go up against and you're just like, yo, after this game, I'm gonna shoot this nigga?
I'm a shit talker. They say,
are you?
Yeah, no, I'm bad. Like I get reckless with my mouth.
Is that bad?
It gets reckless.
No way.
And it's good. Like, a lot of people see me, I'm very calm, collected.
That's what I'm getting.
It's a different type. It's a complete 180. It's like some type of demon time on the court. So we don't play. But number one rival.
It could be friendly rival too, but like someone or a team that just bring the best out of you. You know what I'm saying?
I really just love. Who is that? I can't give a specific name, but there's always just the best player in my position. The person in my position on the other team, that's always a rival for me.
Okay.
You're not gonna outplay me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna out rebound me. You damn sure. I know you can't shoot better than me. So
yes.
It's whoever. It's literally whoever is in front of me. That's my rival at the moment. So.
Okay, now keep it 100. Are you a clean player or a dirty player? And what I mean by that, like, do you secretly throw elbows when the ref's not looking? A headbutt? Like, what type of player are you?
That's where my crazy comes out. I cannot stand a dirty player. I can't. I'm like, just beat me off your skill, yo. That's it. I'm a clean player.
Oh, clean player. So everything is by textbook. Nothing dirty.
I might use a bit of excessive force here and there, but nothing to
If the ref doesn't see it, it never counted.
Nothing. When I think of dirty player, don't do something that could potentially hurt me or injure me type of thing. So I'm not doing that. Like, I'm gonna push you hard. I might push you, hip check you out of bounds, whatnot. But other than that, I'm not the type to put you out in the middle of the air, anything like that.
Oh yeah.
I've played with some dirty players like
that are into that
I've literally almost had to throw hands in the game. Like I don't like that.
That's how I am too. I mean, like when I play ball for fun, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't do it serious, but it's like if you're gonna play dirty, cool. But don't do it to a point where the nigga will never be able to play again.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you're ruining potential dreams or whatever he has to go home to that day, that night, whatever the case may be. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, shit, if you want to throw an elbow, cool. But don't paralyze the nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You're going to get it back twice as hard. But
exactly.
I'll be like, if you elbow me, I'm going to elbow your teammate. Forget you. I'll catch you some other way. I'm going after your teammate.
You saying the team? I'm going after the coach. Anybody can get it. Fucking with me.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And you better hope I don't find out your parents is in the crowd.
Something.
I'm jumping over.
Man.
Yo, anybody's getting there. Dirty player, what?
And everybody gets so upset. They're like, "Oh, it's just sports." I'm like, "No, it's not just
it's
sports.
way more than that."
I'm like, for me, this is my career. Don't forget that. This is my job. It's not just sports for me anymore. It's not like when we were kids and it was for fun. So there was literally, when I was in Israel, there was a game we were playing in the playoff game. It was an elimination game in the semifinals. And it's so funny. The lady Shira, she became my coach the following year. Yeah. But she was the coach on the other team, Ramat Gan. And you could see the camera. It was a TV timeout. The camera was in her face. I guess that was a game I had like 30-something in the third quarter. all you see Shira just red. She's like, Adut doesn't get through nothing. Don't let her screen and pop nothing. If she comes through, push her to the ground. I don't care. Push her to the ground. She doesn't screen. I'm like, okay, that's the type of time we're on. That's why your players were like this. Like, you trying to get me killed out here, but no.
You ain't going for that. Okay. Any player in the WNBA or the NBA that you'd love to have a one-on-one with? If you could choose one right now. Either league.
Great question.
Come on. All I ever do is great questions. Stop playing with me.
Give me a second. Let's see.
Because for me, I would say LeBron, but shit. That nigga's like 280, 6'6". Nigga, I want to be alive the next day. One elbow and I'm in ICU.
I'm done. JJ.
JJ?
Yeah, Jonquel Jones. She plays for the Connecticut Sun. She's 6'5". I feel like we have a similar style of play, and we played against each other in Korea. We played it. That's a good rival. She's a great, like, just skill wise.
Yeah, it's
like iron sharpens iron, and I like she's always shown respect towards me, and I've always respected her game, and she's just a great player. I would play one-on-one with her all day, every day. It's always gonna be a iron sharpens iron type of thing.
Now let me ask you this: who's better?
All right, she's still in the league. I'll give it to JJ.
You'll give it to her?
I always say I never admit to someone being a better player than me.
But
I don't care who you are.
That's the one you have to.
I'll put some respect on my girl's name. She's been WNBA MVP. You gotta watch her play. That girl's poetic crazy. When she plays. 6'5", can shoot the ball, can handle it, everything. So
I mean, shit, 6'5", you better be a shooter. That's James Harden we're talking about. That's his height. Wow. One thing I've always been curious about when it comes to the WNBA, they would get, well, from at least what I would hear is they'd get a lot of flack, a lot of down talk, like, yo, they don't get as much viewership as the NBA, or they're not as good as the NBA. Nobody dunks, nobody this, nobody that. Why do you think women's basketball gets that?
Because there's not much media exposure. They say nobody dunks. There's plenty of girls that dunk. A lot of girls that dunk.
Not like when I hear that, I know they're more talking about from the free throw, behind the back, through the legs type of. We're
not built like that physically. It's not possible. We don't have that. But our game is like so much more fundamental. It's like real basketball. Like not so much textbook, but it's evolving. Like, I see a lot of women that are like really super crafty with the ball. I've literally seen women who aren't even in the WNBA literally put guys on their ass. Like, I've seen people get dropped like so many times, bodies everywhere from women. And it's like, you don't respect this type of game. Like, we could do what y'all do. The only thing is we don't have that athleticism, you know? Like, we have some athletes, but we don't have the athleticism of men. And
do you, because it's whenever I'm listening, you know, the internet's it's a bad place sometimes. Like, they don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's just a username and a screen. They could be an astronaut today, a photographer tomorrow, you know? And some of the things that I see them say about women's ball is just crazy. Oh, I know YouTubers that get more views. I know this. You know? And it's just like, damn, what have they ever done to you?
Literally, it's so unnecessary. It's like, if you, and a lot of those people are just trolls, because it's like, please come catch me on the court. Let's talk about it there, okay? But it's like, why? I don't understand the negative slander of it and all of that. Is like, that is really unnecessary. Like, what's the point of you down talking somebody? At the end of the day, this is a professional athlete. This is somebody who's gone further than you ever will in your sports career, you know? Like, what place do you even have to talk? You're just either a fan or a troll. Like, I just don't like the disrespect aspect of it. Have your opinion, but have some class as well. You know?
Like, be respectful about it. You know what I'm saying? What do you think would have to happen in order for the eyes on the WNBA to kind of change, like in a more respectful type of way? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying everybody's on that type of timing, but like for the ones that are.
I think just it needs to be a continuous conversation. Like, I know people are talking about it. A lot of people are talking negative about it, but if the conversation's happening, it's going to be like, oh, let me check this out. You have people like Kyrie, LeBron who show up to games. I think that's huge for just notoriety and publicity. Is like you see these type of people. They obviously respect women athletes, women's sports. These guys have daughters. It's like start bringing your kids. It's like there's a lot of relatability there, you know. Representation is very important. And so for those guys to continuously show up to the games and show that support, you see a LeBron on the court side, it's like, oh, maybe this is worth watching, which sucks that it would get to that, but yeah.
So those are kind of, what do you call it, wrapping this up now. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What's to come for you? You know what I'm saying? In the near future, like what's going on in the next little bit?
Oh man, I'm just literally planning what my next move outside of basketball is going to be, outside of playing. Yeah, it's not to say that I'm retiring next season, but I want to actually step out and explore. Not a 9-to-5, but
fuck that.
but exercise my degrees. Like I have a degree in sociology and criminology, and I'm working on my master's in psych right now. So I definitely want to start putting my foot in that door, in that other world, you know. So
how do you get into that? Like, let's say, okay, now you're done with basketball. Basketball is just memories now. What would be your first step into that?
There's such a, like, sports are such a gateway to so many different careers, like, and I don't think I realized that for the longest until I was just speaking to my JUCO coach a couple weeks ago in Phoenix. He's just like, you could literally go do anything in college sports. It's like, you've been there. And so I don't know. How would I get into it? Let's see.
Is it just knowing people?
Yeah. Knowing people? Network. It's not just knowing people, but that's a huge part of it. Like I have a huge network from junior college. I have 4 coaches in junior college. It's like they could definitely help me out in navigating where I want to go. And then my coaches at Florida State, like that's a huge school. And so it's definitely a lot easier to get like a regular job in my degree over there in the States than it would be here. You literally come out of college. I was looking at some of these requirements. Was like, oh, you need 5 years experience. How the hell am I get 5 years experience when I've been in college for 4? Like,
you better go back another
literally, year. But yeah, there's a lot to do there. You could be a trainer. I think that's a route that I want to look at is training as well. And then I never knew if coaching was for me. To this day, I still don't know if coaching is for me or if it's something that I have a passion for. But, I mean, I don't mind trying. Obviously, with my career, the counseling that I'm doing, the master's I'm doing for psychology, I could go into sports therapy. Like sports performance. Just the mental part of it, the mental part of sports. So there's a lot of channels.
There's a lot into that. All I keep hearing in my head with all the things you're talking about, all I hear is cha-ching, cha-ching. Like you're gonna be making crazy money off of all that.
I hope so. That's let's do that, because I'm tired of working. I just want to be home.
Be home with Aaliyah.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. When's that blue check mark coming in?
Mike, if you're watching this,
hurry up.
I need my blue check, sir. Mike is my agent, so I'm definitely talk to him. I gotta rack up my fans again in Israel and stir some chaos over there this year, and then hopefully I get.
You might have to fuck around and ride a camel or some shit.
I've actually done camelback riding.
How's that?
I hate it. They're so slow.
Are they?
Yeah.
How fast do you want them to be?
I want to like have a little bit of adrenaline. The most adrenaline is like walking along the cliff, but they're all in a line. Like I want to control my own camel, let's say.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Another ignorant question, but I'm just curious. Are they the ones with the lions or the cheetahs? Which one of them owns cheetahs? Is it the
Saudis? Are you thinking about Saudis?
Is the Saudis? Like the ones that drive the cars on the one side.
Oh yeah.
And then they have like a tiger in the car at the same time.
Oh my god.
Do you know what I'm talking about? No. Do you know what I'm talking about? Saudis. Oh, it's the Saudis. Oh, okay. I'm like, the way some of these guys are living is like they got more than one life.
Man, I want to go to Dubai so bad. And I feel like that's my...
You haven't been there yet?
I have not been there. I've got a long bucket list of traveling. So
do you plan on changing that?
Oh, 100%.
This year, next year?
Oh, my passport is stamped out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could say the same.
Man, I've traveled so many. Even my daughter. My daughter is hitting her 5th country and she's only one.
I'm 23 and she's traveled more than me.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
Yeah, she's been to UK. We went to London. She's been to the United States. She's been to Kenya. She's been to Uganda.
Wow.
So now,
why do you take her to all these places? She's not gonna remember.
Oh, she will eventually.
Yeah.
She was with my mom when she did her little African tour, and so I'm planning on continuously sending them back every summer. Cause
that's
before
nice.
She was just a quiet, very reserved person, and now she's just full of energy and just being around kids. And I want her to have that lifestyle where she's not on this 24/7. I really don't like her being on my phone already as is. So I want her to be a kid, enjoy that outside world that we had, you know.
Doesn't that suck? Because like, as much as you try to keep the phone away, soon as you let them go to school, chill with the friends, they have phones.
Yeah.
And what, like, you can only really stop it at home.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as she steps out that door, who knows?
Can't control it.
You can't control it.
There's so much out there these days. It's scary as heck. But definitely limit her to that stuff. But,
wow. Yeah. Okay, my very last question for real this time. What's it like having a kid? What's that feeling like? Because I heard once you have a kid, it's like your whole life does a 180. And all the things you value is right there. It changes.
Man, it is the biggest blessing I could ever see in my life. Like, and I think that's what COVID brought to me was this little angel. Like, you see her, she's one of the friendliest people ever. She loves on everybody. It's like you can never, if you're having the worst day, you go to your kid and that thing is gone. It changes everything. You don't even remember what you were upset about. And it's like, this is literally like, this is my person. I created this thing, and this is just a miniature version of me.
Wow.
Every day they wake up on the trust of your love, you know? Like, they only see love when they look at you. They love you unconditionally. It's like, you could do whatever. It's like, that's mommy. That's daddy.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, now, before I was, one of the most special things that, like, with my daughter is the fact that she's coming to Israel. Like, she's young. And she's very young, but at the same time, I'm glad she gets to see what mommy does, you know? Like, she gets to see me hoop and all of this.
Wow.
Even if it's later down the road when she has videos, some sort of footage of her being that little and watching me on the court was like, it gets to be a message. There's always this misconstrued, like, perception that your life stops when you have a baby. No, it's just beginning. Like, you can do so much. Like, it's just it's a beautiful thing.
Is she at the point right now where she says whatever's on her mind?
100%.
I know you hate that.
It's so stressful. She's like, no. I'm like, who are you talking to? What you mean, no? I clearly understand that phrase that parents use. I brought you in this world. I'll take you out.
Right out.
That little attitude, but it's like, damn, that's parts of me. I like, she definitely got that from me.
Got it from someone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other day, like I said, I have 3 sisters, 2 older, 1 younger. One stayed in Florida when we left. She just left about 2 days ago, and she has a 1.5-year-old, and she can't speak yet, but it's like she tells her truth with her expressions. So let me tell you what she did that really hurt my feelings. Me, I'm the type of uncle, like, I like to play around, like I get kind of physical, but it's a baby. I know, like, I don't hurt the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the thing I always seem to forget is, baby boys, they the ones that like the physical stuff. Girls don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing around with her. Got her in a chokehold, like not an actual chokehold, not an actual chokehold. Don't worry.
I hope your sister's watching this.
It's not an actual chokehold, but it's like here's her head. I'm not even touching her neck, but like just kind of playing around, you know. And I promise you, no one was hurt. But I play around because that's what my dad used to do with me. So, you know, I would play fight back. She wouldn't do anything. She would just sit there and let me do whatever I'm doing.
Oh, no.
And then, so here's what really hurt me. I go to work. I come back I come back like 12 hours later. My mom and I usually get home same time. I get home. She's on the table. I get home. She looks at me. Gets right back to what she's doing. My mom gets home. She jumps off the chair. She starts screaming, "Mommy, mommy!" I'm like, "That's my mom, yo." She's screaming, so excited for my mom, and that got me thinking, like, this baby doesn't like me.
Oh my!
But that's just showing, like when babies can't speak, facial expression is everything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like from 1 years old to 3, 4, the truth just comes out. 100%. Like whether it's facial expression or it's just them talking. Man. But I'd rather the facial expression because, I see some videos of them, like, when some of them have, like, bigger moms, they have ways of saying, like, you're fat without telling you you're fat. And I'm like, if my kid ever tells me I'm fat, you're getting thrown.
They're so innocent, too. It's that truth factor. Oh, my goodness.
I hate
make
that.
You want to slap them and love them at the same time.
But it's like, what can you do? They're just saying whatever they see.
Oh, it's so crazy. I wish adults were like that. I wish adults were like babies, ironically. I was sitting today. My daughter, this is how I know. My brothers love corrupting this girl. So my kid, she's like Daredevil. I'm talking about she's jumping off the couch. She's doing backflips, head flips, all this stuff. Like she just does wild stuff.
Yeah.
Today she walks up to me. Usually when she sees me, she'll be like, "Mama, come hug me." This girl, I'm sitting on the couch. She looks at me, gets off the other couch, and she dabs me up. I said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No way.
She went and dabbed up my mom, and I got it on video.
You got to keep her away from them.
Oh, my goodness. And then my brother's homeboy, who's his roommate, go and mess with me talking about gang. I was like, y'all are sick.
It's you.
So, yeah, Aaliyah's got a little tomboy in her, and it's stressful.
But, I mean, it happens, especially when you're around men and stuff, or boys, men, whatever the case may be. It happens, but it's just, hopefully she don't get physical.
She's already physical.
I'm sorry to hear.
That girl has paws on her. Their paws.
Don't make her mad.
Heavy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I fight babies. So
anyone can get it.
Yeah, I fight everybody, especially babies.
All I'm saying is, if you don't seem like the type, but put them in a chokehold. That always helps me. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be too tight. Just let the face turn blue, and then you stop.
Whoa.
Nah, I'm playing.
Sis, I hope you're watching your brother. Yeah, this guy said face turned blue.
Don't worry, it's just jokes. It's not jokes. But that's all I got to ask you. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you want to ask me before I wrap this all up?
No, I think we're good.
That's everything.
That was legit. That was a good one.
Okay. Yeah. It's your boy Convo with Marlo.
This is Adut Bulgak.
And I'm out.